Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a college soccer doubleheader from Spartan Stadium at Castleton. As the men up first, the Castleton Spartans host the Maine Farmington Beavers, and then the women's game to follow along at about 3:30 this afternoon. I'm Jack Healey on board with Cam Clark, who is our producer. Our camera people, Lily Derbyshire and also Brian Bashaw. And our producers at PEGTV Channel 20 in the Rutland area on the Comcast cable system, Mike Valentine and Chris McCormick. The two games today on PEGTV, and we hope you enjoy all the action. Again, a men's soccer, women's soccer doubleheader at Spartan Stadium. Now the lights are on. It was raining earlier, and overcast skies here, but the temperature probably in the upper 50s, low 60s, a little bit of a wind. And we don't think with this artificial turf that if indeed it does rain again, it would be a factor in this one. Certainly Maine Farmington and Castleton playing in this kind of weather before. It's a North Atlantic Conference matchup. Castleton enters today's game at 8-3, 2-1 in the NAC. Again, the men's game is first. The Spartans coming off a 3-0 loss to Middlebury. The team is 13-0 in games after a loss since 2010, including a 2-0 record in games after a loss this year. They've outscored opponents 9-1 in those two matches this year. Spartans led in scoring by sophomore Bryce Kaler. Kaler has 9 goals on the year and has scored in 7 consecutive games before Castleton was shut out on Tuesday. The team is 6-1 in games that Kaler has a goal. Dylan Zangle leads the team in assists with 6. Junior goalkeeper Nate Kahneman has been the Spartan starter for all 11 games thus far. He's the starter in this game. He has made 49 saves, allowed 10 goals. He has posted 4 shutouts and is allowing less than 1 goal per game, 0.91. With Tuesday's loss, the Spartans snapped an impressive 11-game unbeaten streak here at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans went 1 year and 20 days between home losses. Castleton has not lost a home game to a North Atlantic Conference opponent since October 31st of 2010. Maine Farmington enters the game with a record of 1-9. The Beavers have not won a North Atlantic Conference game yet this season and have suffered 9 consecutive losses. The team is coming off a narrow 4-3 loss to New England College. The Beavers trailed 3-1 at half and scored 2 second-half goals, but could not complete their comeback. The UMF offense is led by forward Luis Ristow. Ristow has tallied 6 goals on the year, including a 2-goal outing for the Beavers in the loss to New England College. In goal, Farmington relies on a duo of Paul Dupre and Chris Roberts, and each has started 5 games this season. Dupre making 37 saves and allowing 17 goals. Roberts allowing 19 goals and stopping 25 shots. Dupre is going to be the starting goalkeeper into this one. And again, UMF, Maine Farmington, coming into the game at 1-9 overall, 0-4 in the league. And Castleton under coach John Werner, 8-3 overall, 2-1 in the league. John Werner, the coach, now at his 9th season. And we were here a couple of weeks ago for his 100th career win on the college side after a very successful high school career at Arlington Memorial High School here in Arlington, Vermont. Still lives in Arlington and makes the commute here to Castleton. Paul Story, assistant coach, now in his 13th year. Scott French now in his 13th year as an assistant coach. And Trevor Chapman, his 3rd season as assistant coach. The captains are Ian Hunter and Nick Jonas. John Evan is the coach for UMF in his 2nd season. And Aruna Kenyi is the assistant coach. Michael Kelly is the captain. Let's check the starting lineups for both teams. Castleton in white and green, and Maine Farmington UMF will be in the maroon and white for this game. And this is the men's game. Again, it is a doubleheader, and we'll have a little bit of a break between the two games here on PEGTV Channel 20 on the Rutland, Vermont Comcast cable system. As I mentioned, the lights are on. It was raining earlier. It is not raining right now. We do have the camera angle on the side of the press box, which is different from a lot of our games, but when the weather is threatening or it is raining, we have the camera people under cover, so thus the camera angle is a little bit different from what you might be used to. For the most part, we have the camera angle from the press box here. Let's check the lineups. The Maine Farmington Beavers, UMF, Paul Dupree, number 1, a 5'10", 155-pound senior goalkeeper from Rehoboth, Massachusetts. Again, he'll be starting in goal. For the most part, 2 goalkeepers starting for UMF, and Dupre gets the starting nod today. Number 2, Nick Grimm, a defender, 6 foot, 185-pound senior from Ipswich, Massachusetts. Number 3 starting is Matt Potter, a midfielder, 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore from Waterville, Maine. Number 4 is Jordan Lux, a defender, 5'7", 135-pound sophomore from Oakham, Massachusetts. Number 7 is Michael Kelly. He is the captain, a midfielder, 6'1", 170-pound senior from Norton, Massachusetts. Number 9 is Luis Ristow, forward, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore. He is from Joinville, Brazil. Number 14 is Clevy Sellingby, a defender, 6'3", 175-pound senior. He's from the Congo. Number 15 is Dustin McCrossan, defender, 6'2", 175-pound freshman. He's from Yarmouth, Maine. Number 20 is Uriah Forrest Bully, a defender, also a midfielder, 6'4", 200-pound freshman. He's from Turner Falls, Massachusetts. Number 21 is Alex Slack, a defender, 6'5", 190-pound senior from Wiscasset, Maine. And at number 22 is Ibrahim Akik, a 5'10", 155-pound freshman midfielder, and he's from Chad. For the Spartans of Coach John Warner, starting in goal, number 0, Nate Kahneman, a 165-pound junior 6-footer from Montpelier, Vermont. Number 3 is Jacob Roswell, defender, 5'10", 150-pound senior from Hartford, Vermont. Number 4 is Trevor Catrati, a midfielder, 5'7", 140-pound senior from North Clarendon, Vermont. Number 5 is Damian Young, midfielder, 5'7", 125-pound sophomore from Fairfax, Vermont. Number 7 is Spencer Danduran, a midfielder, 5'10", 145-pound junior from Colchester, Vermont. Number 8 is Danny Favreau, a midfielder, 5'9", 145-pound freshman from Arlington, Vermont. Number 9 is Dominic Heller, defender, 6 foot, 165-pound junior from Glenville, New York. Number 11 is Bryce Kaler, a forward, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore from Burnt Hills, New York. Number 13 is Ian Hunter, defender, 5'11", 170-pound senior from Ellington, Connecticut. And we'll continue on here in just a moment with the rest of the starting lineup for the Castleton Spartans. But first, from Spartan Stadium, our national anthem. See part of the spectacular foliage. I certainly wish it was a clear day, because it looks even better on clear days, as we all know, but spectacular anyway with the cloudy skies. It might be drizzling just a bit here. I noticed during the national anthem a couple of fans with umbrellas, so just a very light rain, if that, here at Spartan Stadium. Finishing out the alignment for Castleton, number 21, Tanner Liquier, defender, 5'10", 185-pound senior from Plattsburgh, New York. And Nick Jonas, number 22. Jonas and Hunter are the captains. Nick Jonas, a defender, 6 foot, 170-pound senior from Niskayuna, New York. So Castleton and UMF, Maine Farmington, a North Atlantic Conference matchup. Thomas in front. He had 3-0-1. New England College at 3-0-1. Husson, Maine Maritime, both at 3-1. Castleton 2-1 in the league. Colby Sawyer 2-2. Green Mountain 1-2. Linden State 1-3. Maine Farmington 0-4, and Johnson State at 0-4. To your left as you look out again to Maine Farmington, UMF in the maroon and white uniforms, and to your left is the goalkeeper Paul Dupre. Nate Kahneman, the goalkeeper for the Spartans, to your right. And as soon as the Spartans finish with their pregame ritual with Coach John Warner, and they take the field at Spartan Stadium. John Warner, hard to believe, is now. After 31 years, he's a very successful high school soccer coach here in the state of Vermont at Arlington Memorial High School. Matter of fact, one of his players from Arlington, Danny Favreau, was actually a Burton Academy grad. Played for his dad down there at Burton Academy in Manchester. So we're underway. Maine Farmington in the maroon and Castleton in the white and green. And this is the first of a doubleheader. We have the men first and the women to follow. Maine Farmington and Castleton to follow. A little bit of a break between games. That game slated to get underway at 3:30, the second game today. As the throw-in will be for Nick Jonas. Back to Jonas along the near side. Danderan with it now. That Potter, number 3 for UMF. Chips it ahead to Akim. Maine Farmington in the middle, third here at Spartan Stadium. Back into Maine Farmington territory, UMF. Danderan with it on the left wing along the near sideline. Danderan toward the goal line. Moves it through, knocked away, and UMF brings it back the other way. Let's go to look again. Number 22, Ibrahim Akek, midfielder, 5'10" freshman from Chad. This is Alex Slack, a defender from Wiscasset, Maine. Only familiar somewhat with Wiscasset, Maine. Beautiful town on the sea coast, a little bit south of Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. McCrossan. Bristow. Spartans bring it back the other way along the near side. Picking it up now and controlling is Favreau. Turnover, Potter with it. Akek sends it back to his own territory for Alex Slack, who played it. Slack again. 2 45-minute halves, 42-37 to go here in the first half. Scoreless in the early going. Castleton and UMF. A throw in for UMF. Lux again on the throw in for the Beavers. Now the throw in for the Spartans. Danderan on the right wing. Along the far side. Trevor Catrotti, number 4, is a senior from North Clarendon, Vermont. Played his high school soccer at Mill River Union High School in nearby North Clarendon. Several Vermonters on this Castleton team, as people know. And move it back to Keeneman, who has to play it with his feet since it came back from a defender. Jonas, one of the captains, who's the captain along with Ian Hunter. Catrotti comes over along the near side. Catrotti on a battle with McCrossan. The header for Potter. Bryce Kaler, number 11. Catrotti trying to get to it along the near side, number 4. Trevor Catrotti. Back out to Liquier on the free kick. Tanner Liquier, number 21, a senior from Plattsburgh, New York. Scoreless. We're About 4 minutes into this one. Men's soccer action. Liquier. Move it on through and goes across the line. Had the right idea. Dupre on the goal kick. Paul Dupre, the goalkeeper, he and, as we mentioned in our pregame show, he and Chris Roberts share the duties. It's Dupre's turn today. In goal for Maine Farmington, UMF. Sellenby, number 14 for UMF. The Spartans control 3-on-3 down the middle. Dan Duran, but it's offside. Dan Duran down the middle, and on the left wing, Trevor Catrotti. The Castleton third. Well, Castleton will control. Catrotti. Forrest Bully and Catrotti. A little bit of a collision. Liquier on the free kick. Liquier moves it through, went right by Catrotti, and just not able to get the head on it was Nick Jonas by him, and the goal kick coming up for Dupre. Scoreless with 38:30 to go in the first half. Catrotti on the left wing, see if Dan Duran can get to it. Nice job by the defender, knocking it back. McCrossan back to his own goaltender. Matt Potter up at about the 40 on the right wing. It's Potter again. Potter chips it ahead for Kelly toward the corner. Kelly. Ristow. Knocked it inside the 18, knocked back out. Liquier there, and Liquier puts on a nice move for the Spartans. Tanner Liquier. Up on the left wing, it is Catrotti. Catrotti with speed, or I beg your pardon, Dan Duran with speed. Catrotti is to his right. Nick Grimm is there, number 2. There's Catrotti there. He and Grimm both go down, and Nick Grimm, a defender, a senior from Ipswich, Massachusetts. Catrotti, number 4, up front, and Dan Duran's number 7. This is Alex Slack. Now this is Catrotti. McCrossan. But now by Catrotti, here's Dan Duran. Dan Duran to the 18, knocked down. Just outside the 18, Spencer Dan Duran for the Spartans. Dan Duran, a junior from Colchester, Vermont. And Liquier again will set it up just about at the 18. Dupre in goal. Liquier blocked. That was Potter. Back out now to Jonas. Jonas with a throw in for Castleton. All the way, I was going to say all the way in, about halfway through the box, but didn't get it all the way through. And UMF controls. Nice move there for Grimm. Akek on the right wing. Akek and Damian Young, and It'll be possession UMF on the free kick. Alex Slack. Scoreless with 35:46 to go in the first half here. Men's soccer action. We'll have the women's game 2 coming up. Maine Farmington and Castleton. All the way inside the 18. Knocked out of trouble by the Spartans up toward the 40. Alex Slack. Akek there, and back out to the middle third. The Spartans are able to get it out of trouble as Catrati and Danduran converge on it. And also Keeler. Now back to Catrati. Moves it on through and out. And making the stop on one hop, it's Dupre. It'll be the throw-in for UMF across the way. The throw-in for Jordan Lux. Young, the midfielder, trying to defend. Catrati, hauled down. And we got a yellow card. So the first yellow card of the contest going against UMF. Another opportunity for the Spartans. They've had a few of these free kicks and up into the air, and trying to get to it there was Heller toward the corner. Jonas controls, and it's going to be UMF with the possession, and the goal kick coming up for Dupre. Going down to 34 minutes to go in the first half. It's scoreless, 0-0. UMF, Maine Farmington, and Castleton, a North Atlantic Conference matchup here. Dupre on the goal kick. Boris Bully to the Castleton side of the field, headed by Heller. Jacob Roswell, number 3, and Roswell with a quick throw in. Danduran slides it to Keeler. Keeler's got Catrati with him. To Catrati, and Catrati looks and hauled down, and Catrati added it at about the 10, well within inside the box, and he's shaken up as they call for the trainers here. Here it is, another look at it. Nice cross. Here's Catrati. He's going to just look to tee it up when his legs were taken out from under him. Luis Ristow has to come out here, and checking in for actually Alex Slack. Catrati still being administered to here. I believe that was Ristow coming across. Catrati still being administered to. Had it well within inside the 18, about halfway to the goal, about 10 yards out. That Potter in. He was in before for UMF. Actually, Ristow is just taking a breather, number 9. Catrati is going to come off for a little bit toward the near sideline for Castleton. Nick Jonas with the penalty kick here. And that's what they called. Nick Jonas looking to put Castleton on top. And he does. It's 1-0. 1-0. The penalty kick because, as you just saw, Nick Jonas putting Castleton up 1-0. Just took another look at it. After Catrotti had his legs taken out from under him. This resulted in the penalty kick after they administered to Catrotti. Again, right there. And that created the penalty kick for the Spartans. Nick Jonas, one of the captains, banging it home, getting it by Dupre. And it's 1-0 Castleton. Coming down on the 33-minute mark to go here in the first half. Throw in for Danduran. Favreau over. Crossing. Favreau. Slack. Sellingby and Liquier comes over. What a bit of contact here in the first half of this one. Men's soccer action in the North Atlantic Conference at Sporting Stadium. Free kick coming up for UMF, Alex Slack. Just outside the 18 on the Castleton side. And this will result in a goal kick for Nick Kahneman. Nate Kahneman. Actually, for Castleton anyway, not Kahneman himself, Nate Kahneman. Castleton on the UMF inner third, just outside the 18. And had an opportunity again up front. On the left wing was Danduran. Out front was Favreau. Catrotti, by the way, is back in. He's okay. He's on the right wing. Favreau down the middle. The forwards, or the midfielders, if you will. Favreau listed as a midfielder. Luis Aristau. Swept away, back to knock it away was Dominic Heller. 1-0 Castleton on the goal on the penalty kick for Nick Jonas. This is Jonas now scored the goal. Middle third. Danduran on the left wing along the near sideline. Spencer Danduran. Back out to Jonas. By Kaler. And Liquier comes over. Liquier, the free kick. It's outside the 18. Dupre plays it on a hop, and Dupre will punt it out of there for UMF. Out to the middle third, and the Spartans control again now on the left wing. It is Catrotti. A little bump there from Potter. And Jonas comes over on the quick throw in to Danduran. Danduran looks to chase it down on the left wing, and Danduran does control on the near side. Puts on a nice move there on Slack. Crossan comes over. And coming over now, it is Liquier, and this will be the first corner of the game for either team. Liquier on the corner. Moves it by the box, and they score. And right there on the header was Danduran on a perfect corner kick from Liquier. Danduran on the header, beating Dupre, and it's 2-0 Castleton with 29:19 to go in the first half. Liquier getting an assist on that, and again, Danduran, here it is, perfect play, perfect corner, just a terrific weapon. The first corner of the game for either team, and Castleton cashes in on the corner, cashed in earlier, of course, on the penalty kick. Here it is again, Liquier, look at this, just right inside the box in the header by Danduran. Made no mistake, and it's 2-0 Castleton. Heller, the defender, knocks it away, but Sellingby, UMF and Maroon controlling. Now it's Castleton the other way. Catrati. Danduran on the left wing. Comes to Danduran. Back toward the middle. He got the pass from Fabro, trying to go back to Fabro. Maybe a little bit too unselfish there. And the Spartans are in possession with Heller back in the middle third. Spartans will have a 2-0 lead with 28 minutes to go in the first half. Soccer action. Liquier. Just a beautiful play off the corner. Long pass to Danduran. And it's going to be a goal kick for Dupre. Jonas back to grab it. Nick Jonas along the left wing. Chips it ahead. Catrati looks to chase it down. Dupre, though, before Catrati could get to it. Well within inside the 18. Keeneman now will roll it out to Jonas. Jack Healey, Cam Clark is our producer here at Spartan Stadium. Mike Valentine and Chris McCormick at PEGTV Channel 20 and Comcast system in Rutland. Billy Derbyshire and Brian Bashaw, our camera people. Overcast day. It was raining a little bit earlier. I think it's subsided now, and not much of a wind. Castleton, a penalty kick for a score. Nick Jonas and Spencer Danduran also with a score here in the first half. In men's soccer, this is the first of a doubleheader. Both games on PEGTV today, and Castleton has the 2-0 lead. On those goals again, Jonas and Danduran. The cross, and they score again. That's Bryce Kaler. Pretty play. It's 3-0 Castleton. That came across from Jacob Roswell. A perfect cross from Roswell, and that's how you draw it up on the board as well, as Bryce Kaler came over and knocked it home on the header. It's 3-0 Castleton. Here it is again. This is Roswell. Look at this, right at the goal line. Through ball, and right there, that's Kaler. Bryce Kaler, sophomore from Burnt Hills, New York. 3-0 Castleton. This is the play again. Roswell, through ball. Kaler comes over. Well within the goalkeeper's box. Well, 3 yards out, made no mistake. Perfect play. 3-0 Castleton here. 26:08 to go in the first half. Here's Danduran, who's got a goal on the left wing. Danduran brings it toward the middle, toward the 18. Danduran. Dupre comes over to play it. Danduran, a little bit of a bump there from Matt Potter. Booted out by Dupre. Kek, number 22. Brahim Kek from Chad. Now looks slack. But now the Spartans, who were all over it here in the first half. Certainly UMF has struggled to a certain extent this year, 1-9 overall, and looking for its first win in the NAC. And right now in the North Atlantic Conference, Maine Farmington at 0-4. And he's set to check in will be Blake Hart for the Spartans, and number 12, Dahir Mukhtar. And he's set to check in for UMF. Jonas the Dandaran. Here are the substitutions. As we mentioned, in is Mukhtar for UMF, and in for the Spartans is Blake Hart, number 19. Blake Hart is a 6'2 freshman, and he is from Farmington, Maine, so he's playing against his hometown team here. As Catrati gets a breather as Hart comes in. Blake Hart, a 6'2 freshman from Farmington, Maine. So decided to play his college soccer here a little bit away from home. Could have played in his own hometown, but decided to play here, and he's up against his hometown team. Free kick for Dominic Heller. Getting a piece of it there was Ristow. Looked like that might have been right on toward Dandaran, well within inside the 18. Pray. Spencer Dandaran. Jonas. John Kendall is also at number 17 for the Spartans. He's from Springfield, Vermont. Dandaran. From the Beavers the other way. Nick Grimm. Ristow. Sellingby. Back to Ristow on the right wing. He's chased by Heller. Ristow. Coming all the way in to take the free kick is Dupre. Just outside the 18, toward the goal line. Top of the goalkeeper's box, knocked away, and outside the 18 now. Was knocked away by Keeler. Or I believe I said Keeler. I think that was Ian Hunter. I beg your pardon. The defender, obviously, and Keeler scoring a goal in this. It was number 13, not number 11. Ian Hunter. Ristow with speed. Shot off the mark, and Castleton will bring it back the other way, leading 3-0 with 21:30 to go in the first half. Ian Hunter, who's from Ellington, Connecticut, a senior, one of the captains, had an opportunity to talk to him on Spartan Pride on PEGTV, along with Coach John Warner a couple of weeks ago. And Ian, coming from a soccer school for sure, at one time, and his team in high school had won 44 straight games. Kendall up front. Kendall on a battle with Grimm. Mukhtar along the far side. Potter. Dominic Heller from Glenville, New York on the kick. Up toward the middle third, towards Spartan Stadium, and soccer action. Castleton has a 3-0 lead over UMF. Goals on the penalty kick, Nick Jonas. Also getting a goal, Spencer Danderand, and also Bryce Keeler. Jonas will line it up quickly. Inside the 18. Dupre, though, will play it easily for UMF. Dominic Heller. Kendall. Blake Hart. It was Lux that beat him to the possession. Lux number 4 for UMF. Back out to the middle third. Sellingby. Kelly. Little bit of a bump there, and the Spartans will have possession with Jonas. Kendall. Backtracking was slack for UMF. Ian Hunter back to grab it for Castleton. And that's offside. 3-0 Castleton with 18-18 to go here in the first half. We'll have the women to follow. They're slated to get underway at about 3:30 here at Spartan Stadium. Castleton will be hosting Thomas in a couple of games tomorrow as well here at Spartan Stadium. The men get underway at noon, the women at 2:30. Potter. Throw in for UMF. Strong throw in, but backtracking nicely was Conlog, number 2. Damian Young. Kept on the Castleton side by Lux. Now Castleton back the other way. Danderand. Inside the 18. Danderand, nice move right in front, and it's tipped in just wide as he tried to set it up for Blake Hart. Who came ever so close to scoring against his hometown team. Here it is again. Just tipped in wide. Dupre to get it before Dan Durant could get there. Blake Hart. Nice play there by Akek. Akek trying to split the defense. Conlog back to get it and rolls it back to Keeneman. Spartans should get another direct kick here. Getting set is Damian Young. Setting it up at the top of the 18. Just outside the 18, actually. At the top of the 18, but just outside. Through ball. Bray. Puts it away. Keck. Back out toward the mid part of the field where it's played by Ian Hunter. Blake Hart to it on the right wing. Danderan. Tried to chip it across, but played by Sellingby. Knocked out near side for Damian Young. At Potter. Throw in for UMF. Strong throw in. That was Ristow, number 9 for UMF, holding up Dominic Keller. It looked like, but here comes Dupre. The initial call the other way, I'm not sure. John Warner likes exactly where that is. Here's Dupre. John Warner does get his move just a bit, a little bit more toward the sideline on the near side. Bends it to the top of the 18, but knocked down, played by Damian Young. Dupre's got to get back. Here is the goalkeeper for UMF, and that's Kendall. A push, and here's UMF. Back to Dupre, and he's got to play it with his feet. Headed by Kaler. Kaler again. And it will be Jordan Lux. 12:38 to go in the first half. Castleton has a 3-0 lead over UMF, Maine Farmington. The Beavers, North Atlantic Conference matchup here at Spartan Stadium at Castleton. Overcast skies, the lights are on already. It's just setting up for an offside. Dupre. Alex Slack will get the free kick for UMF. Grim up front. Long shot, long wide. Rick Griffiths checking in midfielder, a 5'4", 150-pound junior from Mechanic Falls, Maine. Checking in for Akek. Rick Griffiths for UMF. Dupre will come over, pick it up as Kendall was coming down on it for the Spartans. Spartans on it, especially at the middle third. Now, quick throw in for Danderan. And the substitution for Castle, and thus the whistle is substituting in is Jake Teekins, freshman from Stanford, Vermont. Teekins. We were talking about Stanford, Vermont the last time we were on board, and I had made reference to Ian Hunter and also John Warner being on the Spartan Pride TV show on PEGTV. And we actually brought up Stanford, Vermont. That's down near the Massachusetts border. And Tim Smith, who was with me that particular night on the broadcast, asked where it was, and we came to the conclusion it was down near Brattleboro, and I had forgotten that we talked about Teachkins on the Spartan Pride Show. And so we were guessing as to where he might have gone to high school, Brattleboro or Twin Valley. He actually went to high school in Drury, Mass. So he lived in Vermont, but went to school at Drury, Mass. I believe it was Teakins that was the player that we were talking about. So you see that sometimes where you might be going to school in New York State if you live on the Vermont border. Here in close and trying to run it down was Jacob Roswell, who's already got an assist in this game. But you see that where some of the students that live on the Vermont side by the New York border in this part of the state might go to high school in New York State, and that was the case with Teakins, who went to school in Massachusetts. And you see it on the other side too. You might be from Norwich, Vermont, but go to Hanover High School over by the Connecticut River. Luis Ristow. Healey. And back to Ristow. Kahneman comes out. Coming down on it was Grimm. Would have been the best opportunity of the game so far for UMF. 3-0 Castle at 8:45 to go in the half. Here's Kendall now on the left wing. Kendall inside the 18. Shoots, and it hit the post. Kendall had a golden opportunity there. Great shot, but it hit the post on the far side. Getting a nice pass from Teakins. See if we can get another look at that. He hit the post, and Castleton ever so close to taking a 4-0 lead. 8:10 to go in the half here. Bryce Kaler down the middle. Dupre comes out and whistle blew. Here it is. Coming down on the left wing, Teakins. Now to Kendall. Watch Kendall put on a nice move. Well within the 18, about 5 yards in. And, well, did the goalkeeper get a piece of that? He might have. Dupre might have got a piece of that. It's tough to tell. He might have. Nice save if he just directed it enough to hit the post. Didn't see that the first time up with the replay here. Cam Clark, our producer. Well, great play by Dupre. He did get a piece of that. It appeared to make it go just wide and hit the post. Initially, it looked like Kendall just hit the post on his own. Alex Slack. 6:50 to go first half, and it's 3-0 Castleton. The middle third. Teakins. Ristow. Played well by Jonas. Matt Potter. Jonas again for the Spartans on it, number 22. Michael Kelly. Michael Kelly with it for UMF. Keeler came over. Do call it there. Ian Hunter is coming out of the game. Dupre with a free kick. Ian might have a bloody nose or something. Eric Cross checking in, a freshman from Morrisville, Vermont, for Ian Hunter, who's at the sideline trying to fix up by what appears to be a bloody nose. Here's Dupre on the free kick. And it goes in wide. .5:22 to go first half. Castleton with a 3-0 lead. We'll recap all the statistics for you at halftime. It's Jonas scoring on a penalty kick. Also Dan Duran and Keeler scoring for the Spartans. UMF looking for its first win of the year in the NAC. Has won one game overall, 1-9 on the year. 0-4 in the North Atlantic Conference. Right now, Castleton in the middle of the pack, 2-1 of the conference, 8-3 overall. Kendall got Hart coming down the middle. Kendall fires, and that hit the crossbar, and Tietkins tried to get a foot on it and went by him after it came out from the crossbar. So even though Dupre, it looked like it made a save to cause Kendall's shot to hit the post about 3 or 4 minutes ago in game time, that time hit the crossbar. Coming down on 4 minutes to go in the half. 3-0 Castleton. This is it again. It just goes by Tietkins, who was set up, had some empty net there to shoot at, but didn't quite get it under control. Here it is again. Got a cross right there, hit the crossbar. So the initial shot almost went in, and then Tietkins had an opportunity there, but just couldn't quite settle it down to get the rebound off the crossbar. More pressure for the Spartans here. Nice job of the defender, Forrest Bully. Sweeps it out toward the mid part of the field, but the Spartans back on the UMF side of the field. That would have been offside. Dupre plays it. Bristow gets the, well, doesn't get to it on the right wing. Awaiting a pass there from Sellingby. That's Matt Potter, and Kahneman will play it. See some umbrellas going up, so I believe it might be raining just a little bit here. Just a light rain going on at Spartan Stadium. The lights are on, first of two. And soccer first, UMF and Castleton, be followed by the women's game. A little bit of a break between the two games. 2:12 to go in the first half here, and Castleton leads in the men's game 3-0. Played by Damian Young. Nick Krim. All the way back, Cross, who came in for Ian Hunter, who still, I don't know if he had a bloody nose or he's, I think he does have a bloody nose. He's still got the, looks like the ice pack on his nose as we look down toward the Castleton bench here in front of us at Spartan Stadium. Damian Young. Hart, but it's Dupre that beats him to the ball. Conlog. Castleton dominating this one, both on the scoreboard and certainly time of possession. Giles chips it ahead to Bryce Kaler. .45 seconds to go in the half. On the left wing, Mukhtar. Back to Griffiths and Mukhtar for Maine Farmington at the middle third. Now Castleton the other way, and Teakins coming down. Hart was directing Teakins around. He wanted him to go left to right, and he stayed on the left wing. 20 seconds to go in the half. There's a push. That should do the first half here. Is out to the middle third. Conlog, it went by him, and that's the end of the first half in men's soccer here at Spartan Stadium. First of a doubleheader. Castleton has a 3-0 lead over Maine Farmington at halftime. I'm Jack Healey on board with Cam Clark, our producer, Mike Valentine and Chris McCormick, producers at PEGTV Channel 20 on the Rutland Comcast system. And also our camera people, Lily Derbyshire and Brian Bashaw. We're at halftime. It's Castleton 3 and Maine Farmington 0. We'll be back with halftime statistics. Take a little break coming up. All that coming up in just a moment after this timeout.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
We're back. We're at halftime, and it is Castleton with a 3-0 lead over UMF. Maine Farmington here at halftime. Castleton scoring at the 11:40 mark on a penalty kick. Nick Jonas to go up 1-0. Right on the penalty kick. Then the Spartans at the 51 mark. Spencer Danduran from Tanner Liquier on the corner kick. Danduran, a beautiful shot at about the 6. And that put the Spartans up 2-0. Danduran is 5th of the year. And Bryce Kaler at the 18:38 mark is 10th of the year. Look at the cross by Jake Roswell. And there he is, Kaler, for his 10th of the year to put the Spartans up 3-0. No saves for Kahneman. Dupre's got 3. Corner kicks, Castleton 1, Maine Farmington with none. One yellow card, and that belongs to number 20, Uriah Forrest Bully of Maine Farmington. And that's pretty much it. Shots, Castleton 12, Maine Farmington 4. Castleton certainly dominating in that department. So Jonas, Danduran, and Kaler all scoring for the Spartans here in the first half to take a 3-0 lead. And we'll have second half action coming up. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back with you from Spartan Stadium just before the start of the second half.
Why do students choose Castleton State College? It's big enough so there's lots to do, but it's small enough so that they can get involved in their classes and in clubs. In student government, theater, music, radio, TV, internships, and college and community projects that really matter. Castleton President Dave Walk calls Castleton a small college with a big heart. From their first day on campus, students feel a part of the community. Castleton offers more than 30 majors, career preparation, and the liberal arts and sciences. In every field, students receive personal attention from excellent faculty. There's a sense of community and lots of opportunity. For more than 200 years, Castleton has been educating students while changing to meet their needs. Technology, sustainability, internships, and community engagement are all part of a Castleton education. And the Castleton Spartans compete in 20 intercollegiate sports. Last year, 19 teams went on to the postseason, and individual athletes earned 79 spots on all conference teams, 6 all-region awards, and 1 All-American mention. Spartan Stadium, the home of men's and women's soccer, men's and women's lacrosse, field hockey, and football. is one of the finest facilities in the state. Glenbrook Gymnasium and Spartan Arena have been beautifully renovated. Castleton is in central Vermont, near the best snowboarding and skiing in New England, and close to where you are right now. And with all these advantages, Castleton is affordable with costs well below private colleges. Find out for yourself how Castleton can make a difference in your life by visiting soon. Check out the web at castleton.edu.
Jack Healey back with you at Spartan Stadium as we get set for the second half. The Spartans lead at 3-0 here over Maine Farmington in men's soccer action, and the women, of course, will follow. They're slated to get underway at 3:30. As both games for you today on PEGTV channel 20 on the Comcast system in the Rutland area. It'll be Castleton going left to right in the second half, and to your left, it is the goalkeeper for Castleton, Nate Kahneman. All right, let me see. Will it be Kahneman or will be, let's see if we have another, I believe it might be Emmett Ackerman. He'll be the goalkeeper from West Rutland, Vermont, a freshman. Had a great high school career here in the state of Vermont. And a Dupre to your right. So a new goalkeeper for Castleton. The officials in the game today, Dave Barra is the referee. The assistant referee is Bruce Schmidt and Randall Dewey. And Jonas, Dan Duran, and Kaler scoring. Jonas scoring on a penalty kick for the Spartans. One other statistic we didn't give to you. Castleton's been whistled down for 5 offsides. Farmington with none. UMF. Just I want to mention, we had talked about number 14, Jake Tegens. I said Tegans. I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. It's actually Tegens, and he is a freshman from Stamford, Vermont. He is the player that we talked about earlier when he came in the first half, who went to high school at Drury High School in Massachusetts, I do believe, but it's Tegens, which is the correct pronunciation, not Tegans. It's Tegens. So we're underway here. New goalkeeper again for Castle, and it is Emmett Ackerman. So Maine Farmington in the second half going right to left as you look out, and as we look out, and Castle going left to right. That's Dupre knocking it away. Spartans with a 3-0 lead. And the Spartans one corner kick and have dominated shots 12-4. 3 saves for Dupre. And Kahneman wasn't really that busy. There were 4 shots for Maine Farmington, but he did not have a save in that first half. Emmett Ackerman, the goalkeeper, now 6'1", 180-pound freshman from West Rutland, Vermont, which in this state, for certainly people in Vermont are familiar with, that is a Division IV program. Some smaller schools here in the state of Vermont, but he had a very nice career at West Rutland. Spartans continue to put on the pressure as they did in the first half. We're just underway in the second half. Dan Duran along the far side, and it'll be the throw-in for UMF. Notice Ian Hunter, who suffered what we thought was a bloody nose in the first half, hasn't come back as yet. Eric Cross, a defender, and also Jake Roswell, a defender. Roswell has got an assist. He assisted on the Keeler goal, his 10th of the year, header off a cross from the far side, which was a beautiful cross from Roswell. And again, Roswell, a defender, and also a defender is Liquier. For the Spartans to your left, the defenders. The Spartans in white and green, and Maine Farmington in the maroon and white. And the throw in for Castleton. 42-22 to go here in the second half, and Castleton has a 3-0 lead. It's Mukhtar, number 12. Catrati now plays it. Catrati lost it to his opposite number. Lux, number 4 for Maine Farmington, but the Spartans get it right back again. It's Damian Young. Catrati inside the 18. Sends it across, and a save by Dupre. Beauty. Dupre came across and made a great save. Looked like Danderan coming over from the left wing side. Great save by Dupre. He had a beauty in the first half that we mentioned, the one that hit the post, and initially we thought it just hit the post, but he did manage to knock it off course ever so slightly to make it hit the post. And here it is again. Here's Danderan coming on the left wing, and then right there, the save by Dupre. Spartans came ever so close to taking a 4-0 lead. Again, Catrati inside the 18. Feeds it across now to Danderan right by the player middle, and Danderan had the opportunity. Back to live action. I believe a corner kick for Castleton. Second of the game. Liquier. Here's Catrati on the right wing again. Down the middle, and getting a piece of it, Dupre, and sweeper knocks it out of there at the goal line. It went behind Dupre, and again, yeah, the right idea too. Here it is again. Watch the sweeper, the defender, come back right at the goal line. As we got the goal kick for Dupre. Favreau is the player in the middle as far as the forwards are concerned. On the right, Catrati in the middle of Favreau, and now they change. Favreau on the right, Catrati. Also Danderan, and also up front, Damian Young, who is actually a midfielder, but Catrati and Favreau and Danderan are the three forwards. Here's Roswell. Calms it down. Through ball, and it was Michael Kelly that knocked it out of trouble. Liquier back with a nice spin move. Liquier and a kick. Here come the Beavers the other way. Sellingby, and this will go back to Ackerman. Emmett Ackerman. Here's Catrati inside the 18, and Dupre. Catrati puts his hands in the air. It didn't quite have the angle there. All Dupre with a save again for UMF. 38-30 to go here in the second half. 3-0 Castleton. The goals all in the first half. Nick Jonas on the penalty kick. Spencer Danderan is 5th of the year from Tanner Liquier, and Bryce Kaler is 10th of the year from Jake Roswell. Sellingby, middle third for UMF. The Castleton territory. Griffiths wanted to go back to Sellingby. Griffiths with it now for UMF. Luis Ristow, number 9 for UMF. Here's Catrati. Catrati. Oh, and there's Dupre again. Catrati again had a player coming down on the right wing. That was Favreau coming down. Catrati took the shot, and Dupre made the save again. Dupre keeping this a 3-goal game to this point. Here it is again. There he is. He knocked it down. Nice job on the replays, Cam Clark, our producer here at Spartan Stadium. Mike Valentine and Chris McCormick, producers at PEGTV Channel 20. Here's the free kick for the Spartans, right in to the top of the 6, and there's Dupre again off the header. Right at the top of the goalkeeper's box. Free kick for the Spartans on the right wing, Liquier. Unable to get to it well within the goalkeeper's box there right in front, Spartans. Cedergren. Emily Cedergren, a sophomore from Windsor, Connecticut, number 20. On the previous play as well. Back to get it, Dominic Keller. Derek Cross. Now to Favreau on the right wing along the near sideline. Had the right idea, but too far for Catrotti. Couldn't make a play. 35-40 to go in the second half. 3-0 Castleton. Goal kick for Dupre for UMF. Catrotti. Here's Danduran on the left wing. Danduran. And he can't run it down just outside the 18 on the side and went across the goal line, and the goal kick for Dupre. Zach Conlog, number 2 for Castleton. Akiak, number 22 for UMF. See if UMF can get something started here offensively. Looks like that's Griffiths, who is shaken up just a bit. Rick Griffiths, number 11. Dupre to take the free kick here for UMF. And Griffiths will get administered to here. Checking in will be Nick Grimm, number 2 for UMF. Griffiths comes out and Grimm comes in. See Griffiths limping just a bit here, and there's number 2 as replacement. Nick Grimm, a defender, 6 foot, 185-pound senior from Ipswich, Massachusetts. Dupre. Great play there by Roswell. To Favreau. In space, it is Catrotti. Danduran. Back to Catrotti. Settles it down. Catrotti can't quite get the shot away as again Dupre comes out and cuts down the angle and makes another save. Here it is again. Danduran on the left wing. Back to Catrotti. Watch this. Well within the 18. About 5 yards in. About 10 yards out now, and Dupre came out and made the stop. The push here and the free kick for Liquier for Castleton. Out to the middle third where it's played by Dominic Keller. Luis Ristow. Ristow's from Brazil. Trotty, number 4 for the Spartans. Damian Young, number 5. Trotty down the middle now. Favreau on the right wing. Favreau to the 18. Favreau across and right there. Trying the bicycle kick was Catrotti, and he's been ever so close. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Here it is again. There's Catrotti. Way up into the air. Going down the middle, Zach Conlog for the Spartans. Back out to the middle third, but the nice play there for UMF. That was a very nice play by Grimm, who checked in for Griffiths, and a little bit of a push there, and free kick coming up for the Beavers of UMF. The Maine Farmington Beavers under Coach John Evan. He's now in his second year. Looks like it started to rain again. Umbrellas up here at Spartan Stadium. The lights have been on since the beginning of the game, and this is Dupre to take the free kick. 3-0 Castleton with 31:30 to go here in the second half. Hoop ball and right at the post, and that was Nick Grimm, and Ackerman moving from the far side to the near side, but Grimm knocked it in wide, and Ackerman on the goal kick for the Spartans. Favreau. Throw in for Maine Farmington. Castleton had 5 offside calls in the first half here, and Maine Farmington with none, because Maine Farmington did not put a lot of pressure on offensively. Liquier. And in front, the shot over everything, Liquier. Just looking in our pregame, we talked about Dupre. Roberts, for the most part, have shared the goalkeeping duties. For Maine Farmington. Catrotti looking upfield down the middle. He's looking at Favreau coming down the middle. Catrotti puts on a move inside the 18 toward the goal line and shoots it in behind the goal. Goal kick for Dupre. Paul Dupre from Rehoboth, Massachusetts. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Close to it for that town in Massachusetts. Roswell. Catrotti. There's the push for Lux. Liquier on the free kick along the near side for the Spartans. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card for Lux. That's the second yellow card of the game against UMF. Liquier getting ready. The clock is stopped for all this. 28:58 to go in the second half. Here's Liquier. Clock starts again all the way through. Knocked away. They're still inside the 18 and back out toward the middle third. kick for Dupre. Dupre back to get it now after the shot went in wide from about 30. John Kendall in. John Kendall, who was robbed by Dupre in the first half. Dupre got a piece of a shot that looked like it was going to go in, but got enough of it to send it off the post. Kendall's in for Catrati for the Spartans. Header by Cross. Ackerman over to play it. Emmett Ackerman for the Spartans. It's Favreau on the push. Free kick to Lux. And always the defenders right there. Heller, for example. Dominic Heller, defender, a junior from Glenville, New York, number 9. And the throw in for Dan Duran. Back out to Conlog. Back into his own territory. Roswell slips, got back up. Roswell into UMF territory. Middle third. Now Favreau on the right wing. Bends it in. Dupre comes out. And Dupre will look and fire it all the way up toward the middle third. Knocked down by Cross. Kendall on the left wing. Dupre there, and he knocks it away from the crossbar. And again, Dupre. And having an opportunity there was Damian Young. Dupre has been outstanding. Just a great save just a moment ago, and Young was waiting at the doorstep. Well, inside the goalkeeper's box, and Dupre was there again. This game very well could be 6 or 7-0. It's 3-0 Castleton. Dupre has been outstanding here the whole game, but certainly especially here in the second half. Liquier, Bristow on a chase with Liquier, and that came back to Ackerman, so he has to play it with his feet, but right there is number 14, Sellingby. And this is going to be the first corner of the game for Maine Farmington. So Maine Farmington trying to get on the board, see if they can set it up here on this corner. Sellingby, but Ackerman there to easily pick it out of the air. 25 minutes to go, second half, 3-0 Castleton. All the goals coming in the first half. Nick Jonas on a penalty kick. Spencer Danduran is 5th of the year. Bryce Kaler is 10th of the year. Here's Kendall. And this certainly offsides by a lot. This is that play before. This is Dupre right off the crossbar. Damian Young right there, couldn't settle it down. Nice job by the defender, the sweeper there. And throw in for Roswell. Knocking it back was Kelly for UMF. Kelly back to Slack. Mukhtar. Mukhtar couldn't stop it, but Mukhtar thought he had his own throw in, but it's going to be Roswell instead. Bristow. Liquier, a little push there between Liquier and also Michael Kelly. It's going to be UMF with it. Mukhtar. Lux. Michael Kelly on the left wing. Kelly out to Ristow. Fires in, knocked away by Ackerman, would have hit the side of the goal. This is it again. Here's Ackerman coming over, and that was clearly going to hit the side of the goal, but he knocked it away, and it's going to be a corner kick, though, for UMF. So UMF with another corner kick after not having one in the first half. Through the area and knocked outside the 18 up to Kendall. Past Roswell, knocked back up to the middle third, gets by Liquier. Liquier trying to come back to play it and does. Fabro on the right wing along the near side. We're going to chase it down, Kendall, but Dupre beats him to it and rolls it out on the left wing for Lux. Grimm. Sellingby. Back out to the middle third. Back into Castleton territory. Back to play at Conlog. The Spartans controlling. UMF territory. Crossing out. And Bryce Kaler has got a goal in this game. Kaler scored his 10th of the year. He scored the third goal of that first half. Spartans lead at 3-0 with 21:40 to go here in the second half. All those goals in the first half. Looks like Young is coming out. Kaler in, Young out. Looks like Tegens is going to come in here in just a moment as well for the Spartans on the next opportunity. Kendall on the right wing inside the 18. Feeds it across. Liquier bombs it out. We have the second game to follow. Here it is again. Is Liquier just outside the 18 by about 5 yards. Right on, but well over the goal, as you could see on the replay here. Cam Clark, our producer. Cedergren, sophomore from Windsor, Connecticut, number 20. It's UMF with a free kick as they try to get something going here offensively in the second half, trailing 3-0. That does everything. Dupre comes out with a kick down the middle and rolls out. And the goal kick for Ackerman as Tegens comes in. Tegens coming in, number 14. Tegens coming in for Favreau. Ackerman on the goal kick for the Spartans. Played by Conlog and also Heller. Heller number 9. Settled down by Grimm. Kendall on the left wing. It's got Tegens coming down the middle. Kendall, Tegens inside the 6, and somewhere in there, Dupre's got it. What else is new? It's Dupre. Quickly sends it upfield and blasted by Grimm. Ristow toward the corner. It'll be UMF. Straight on, and the shot over everything. Kelly. About 20 out. 18:33 to go second half. Castleton with a 3-0 lead. Men's soccer action will have the women to follow. It'll be UMF and Castleton game number 2 right around 3:30 or so. Tegens on the right wing along the near side. Turnover, Kelly looking to get it back from Mukhtar. And this will be Ristow on the throw-in. Back to Mukhtar. Went over to block it was Eric Cross, and Ackerman will play it for the Spartans. The freshman goalkeeper getting some action here in the second half. The goal kick for Ackerman. Matt Potter on the throw-in. It'll be the Spartans on the throw-in. That one drop of the Spartans control again. Sellingby had a nice move, just spun around and fires it into Castleton territory. Castleton third. And the bump and the throw-in. Actually, the free kick from the far side. And it's going to be Dupre all the way out. The goalkeeper to take the free kick. Ristow settles it down just outside the 18 toward the goal line. And Ackerman intercepts as looked like Yakyak was right there, and a few others there for the Beavers, but back out toward the mid-third of the field. UMF controlling again. Spartans get it right back. 15:48 to go second half. Spartans lead at 3-0 here in the men's game. Cross chips it ahead. Roswell comes over on the right wing. It's going to be offside, and it's going to be Dupre now to play it for the Beavers. Michael Kelly. Sellingby. It's going to be a corner for UMF, and I believe they're third of the game. They had none in the first half. I believe the third one here in the second half. They can move it on through. That kick settled it down. Here's Ackerman right there. Done a nice job. He hasn't been busy, but he's done the job done since he's been in there in the second half. Michael Kelly. Lux is number 4. Throwing it back to his goalkeeper, has to play with his feet and gets it up to the middle third. Tegens back to Roswell. By Kendall. Zach Conlog on the right wing. Liquoyer is literally trying to take it away from Mukhtar. Here's Blake Hart. We mentioned in the first half when he came in, the freshman from Farmington, Maine for Castleton. He's going up against his hometown college here in this one. Almost came ever so close to a goal in the first half. Liquier all the way through the area. It's loose. And there's Dupre again. Up to Kelly. Eric Cross. Some contact there, and it'll be Liquier back the other way for Castleton and sends it on the right wing to Roswell. Tejan's now on the right wing along the near side as the Spartans lead at 3-0, looking for more here in the second half. All the goals came in the first half. 12:40 to go here in the second half at Spartan Stadium. First of a doubleheader. Cam Clark, our producer here at Spartan Stadium. Mike Ballantyne and Chris McCormick at PEGTV Channel 20 in Rutland. And our camera people are Lily Derbyshire, Ryan Bashaw. Tejan's looks to settle it down. Kendall, top of the area. Straight on, the shot goes well wide. Number 19, Hussein comes in, and number 16, also Taeyong Nuyapaga comes in. Kaler before looking for a second goal of the game, number 11 for the Spartans. He scored number 10. He was got the header off the cross from Roswell. A tremendous play for the Spartans' third goal in the first half. Krim on the left wing for UMF. Roswell knocks it across near side. Sellingby. Mokhtar. And the easy play for Cross. Slack. This is Grimm. Chipped it through and knocked out of there by Heller. Heller in white, number 9, Roswell. See if Grimm can get anything going, and coming back and doing a nice job, the defender Heller, but it's still controlled by Grimm. Grimm out to Sellingby on the left wing. Feeds it across, doesn't quite get the bend on it, and Castleton gets it out to the middle third. Kendall on a chase, beating him to the possession is Potter. Spartans have it back on their own side of the field. Back up to the middle third. Liquier, the center. Under 10 minutes to go in the second half. Kendall down the middle, inside the 18. Kendall and Dupre got a hand to send it up over everything.
Entering for the Spartans, number 15,
Nick Kosak coming in for the Spartans, a freshman, 6'3", 184-pounder from Swanton, Vermont. Here it is again, getting a piece of that. Dupre up and over everything. It's a corner kick, though, for the Spartans. I believe they're first of the second half, or second of the second half. Liquier right across. Still inside the 18 and banged wide. Rain's picked up, a steady drizzle here now at Spartan Stadium. Goal kick for Dupre. Spartans on the attack. Liquier straight on and well wide. kick again for Dupre. 8:30 to go here in the second half. 3-0 Castleton. Sellingby, number 14 at the middle third. Maine Farmington in the maroon and white. Played by Kosak, who just checked in. Back to Conlog. Kendall. Kaler now with possession for Castleton. Kaler down the middle. Tipped away. Conlog almost got to it. And still played at the middle third in the Maine Farmington end. UMF and UMF with possession in the middle third. Coming down at 7:30 to go in the second half. Castleton with a 3-0 lead. Maine Farmington trying to get something on the board here as we come down toward the final 7 minutes of the game. Mukhtar down the middle. Bristow. Who does that? Austin Dooley, a freshman from Buckfield, Maine, checks in, number 25 for UMF. 6'1", 170-pound forward from Buckfield, Maine. Freshman. Throw in for UMF. Dropping it into Kelly. Throw in for UMF again. Pass Kelly. It's inside the 18. Back out, but played by Mukhtar. Down the middle. Nice play by Kosak. The Spartans are on almost every loose ball. Have time on their side. They can take their time. And Roswell comes over. Number 3 along the near sideline. Throw in for Castleton. Spartans are lead at 3-0. Kendall, tough angle shot all the way across and out. In Ryan Fairbanks, and also in Fairbanks number 23, a freshman from Lisbon Falls, Maine. And also in number 18, Peter Grubb, a defender, 5'11", freshman from Bar Harbor, Maine. They check in for the Beavers. Bristow and Sellingby check out. Fairbanks pounces on it within seconds after checking into the game. Ackerman. 4:30 to go in the second half. 3-0 Castleton. Kendall will play it along the far side and turn. Try to feed it inside toward Conlog. Back out toward the middle third. It's Damian Young. He lost it to Nick Grimm. And coming over to play it is Dominic Keller. Now Kendall along the far side, but goes out. And free kick for UMF. 3:25 to go in the second half. Castleton with a 3-0 lead here in North Atlantic Conference men's soccer action at Spartan Stadium. First of a doubleheader. The women go at it in game 2 at 3:30. We'll be back right around 3:20 or so, barring a tremendous comeback here for UMF in the men's game. Dupre. Out to the middle third. Roswell there. Back to Young. Chipped ahead, intended for Hart from Keeler. And it will be Castleton. Zach Conlog. Now it's going to be UMF. 2:15 to go in the game. Knocking it away, Eric Cross. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. 3-0 Castleton, all the scoring in the first half. This will be Alex Slack. Inside the area. Back outside the 18. Trying to play it was Fairbanks. Also trying to play it was Mukhtar. That's Keeler on it for Castleton, number 11. Nick Grimm, number 2 for UMF. Peter Grubb can't quite get to it. Under a minute to go in the game. The goal kick for Ackerman. Kozak on the right wing, and Mukhtar played it for UMF. We're down on 20 seconds to go in the game. Inside the area it was Conlog. Can't get a shot away. And Spartans were going to win this one. Coming down to the final 5 seconds of the game. Through ball. Loose, and that's it. And Castleton has won it. 3 first half goals. Holding up easily as the Spartans defeat Maine Farmington 0. And we'll be back to wrap it up. Again, all the scoring in the first half. So we'll be back to wrap it up and take a look at the scoring. Again, all the goals in the first half. 3-0 Castleton. We'll be back after this timeout.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
Also here on PEGTV Channel 20 on the Rutland Comcast system in Game 1. There's your final score. Castleton with a 3-0 victory over Maine Farmington. And Castleton getting goals at the 11:40 mark. A penalty kick for Nick Jonas. And that put the Spartans up 1-0 in the first half. Here's Jonas on the penalty kick. Made no mistake, Dupree had no chance on that. The Spartans at the 15:41 mark. Spencer Danaran is 5th of the year from Tanner Liquier, a header of the corner. That's exactly how you draw it up on the board for a corner kick. And then at the 18:38 mark, Bryce Kaler is 10th of the year from Jake Roswell. Header off the cross from the far side. There it is. Bryce Kaler is 10th of the year. And that was the 3rd goal of the game. We'll wait for some first half stats here. If we don't get them in the next couple of seconds, we will hold on and perhaps run them by when we get going at the beginning of the second game today.
Castleton football 21, Norwich 13.
There are the Castleton players. As a matter of fact, those are the Castleton women's players taking a jog around the perimeter of the field, walking off of the men's players after the 3-0 victory over Maine Farmington here in game number 1 at Spartan Stadium. We'll have the women's game to follow, just waiting for the final stats here. See how many saves Dupree had. He had some tremendous saves. He kept the game at 3-0. Remember all the scoring, as we just mentioned, in the first half. Castleton and Maine Farmington in game number 2. Slated to get underway at 3:30, about 35 minutes from right now. And I'll be back in about 28 minutes or so. And Stockwell, Sports Information Director now at Castleton, bringing our stats into the press box here. Thank you. Ackerman, actually, Kahneman, who was the goalkeeper in the first half, had no saves. Emmett Ackerman from West Rutland had 4 saves in the second half. Dupree ended up with 12 saves. Castleton outshot Maine Farmington 31-10. Maine Farmington had 3 corner kicks. Castleton had 2. Castleton actually had 1 in the second half, 1 in the first half. Maine Farmington had 3 in the second half. And with the victory, Castleton now overall moves to 9-3, 3-1 in the NAC. UMF 1-10 overall, 0-5 in the NAC. So just wanted to run by those final stats for you here at Spartan Stadium. We'll be back shortly in about a little less than a half hour or so. So we'll catch you then. Again, the final score in game 1 on the men's side. Castleton 3, Maine Farmington 0. We'll be back shortly from Spartan Stadium.